Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a YouTube video using Premiere Pro. It's going to be a basic tutorial for beginners who are new to the software, and I'll be walking you guys through the entire process on how to make a basic video in Premiere Pro. From creating a project to editing the clips, doing some color grading, adding some music and sound effects, and finally exporting the thing for YouTube. It's going to be a quick video, so let's straight get into it, right? So after you open up Premiere Pro, this is going to be the window that you're going to be getting. Depends on what version of the software you're using. So I'm using Premiere Pro 2022. So in this, you just open up a new project. Like this is the list that I've been working on for the past few weeks. So this is going to be different for you. If you don't have anything open or haven't worked on anything before, there won't be anything here. So you just go to new project, and this window will open up. So basically what this window is and all these clips are, these are just stock footages that for you to work on and practice. Yeah, let's just use these stock footages. Just take these 3 clips and go into the project with these. So here is where you change your project name on the top left. So I'm gonna just name this like a sample tutorial. Yeah, sample tutorial. And then this is where you change your project location. It's gonna be in C drive, so you can just change the location to whichever you want. It's gonna be here, so I'm just gonna make a new folder and name it sample project. Once that's done, select the folder and then you're good to go. Don't worry about the sequence name and everything else, we can just change it afterwards. So for now, I just create it. It's gonna take a little time to open up. Okay, so we are inside Premiere Pro. So it took a little bit of time because it was importing these files, these stock files. That's why it was like a little bit late to load, but we're here now, so it's all good. So once you're in here, this over here is gonna be the project window, like where all of your project files will be stored. So on this left side, so don't worry like if your layout is not like this. This is my custom saved layout. So when you usually open up Premiere Pro, this is gonna be how it looks. Thing is, this is how it looks when you first open up Premiere Pro. I'm not sure, like it's been a long time. I have a custom made fast editing space layout that I use for quick editing and all that. So I have all my windows set up over here. So it doesn't matter. Just go to editing window over here. So it's this icon, workspaces. Click on that and go to editing, and you'll be in the editing workspace, which is like the optimal one for editing your clips. Okay, so just a quick note, if you guys don't have any of these windows over here, like effects controls or anything on your window, you can pull them up by going to the window tab and then just checking them on. That's how we get all these windows. So once you're in here, this is where everything is going to be. It's going to be the project. So this one is sample tutorial. So this is where all the files will be. Here is where you manage all your files. So if you want like make a folder, it's this folder icon here, new bin. You make a new bin, change it to clips. So you can just drag and drop these clips in here, and boom, that's more organized. The same way you can make like a few more, or not like those. Make one here, another one, and then just change the name to like SFX, pics, and maybe like music, and then that's about it. This is how you organize everything on that top side. Nobody wants to be, everything clustered around. I don't like that. It's gonna be a headache later on, so it's just better to make it organized on the get-go. And once you're done with that, the next thing is playing with these clips. So if you haven't imported anything like this from the stock, this is gonna be like this, empty, and the sequence too. There won't be any sequence. So to make a new sequence, you press Ctrl N, or you go to File, New Sequence, or Ctrl N. And I have a few custom-made presets here for my sequences, for my work. I usually use that. But for a 1080p YouTube video, you only need this preset. Go to Digital SLR, which is DSLR, and then DSLR 1080p 30 FPS or the DSLR 1080p 24. Once you select those, you can change the name of this to anything you want, like sample project. Press enter, and that's how you create a new sequence. Once that's done, you can just go to the clips folder here, and then you can drag and drop one of them, and then it's gonna ask you, do you want to change the sequence settings to match with the settings of the video, the clip that you just drag and dropped? Okay, so depends, like if you have a 4K video and you drag and drop it, but the sequence settings is 1080p, it's gonna ask you this question: do you want to change it to the actual size of the video? So in my case, I usually change it, or if I want it to be like a specific settings, I just keep the settings. Or if I'm just like in a busy trying to make a video and I just make a random sequence settings and then click enter, and then I just drag and drop it, and I want it to be the exact as the clips properties, I just go for change the sequence settings so that I can keep it. So for this I'm gonna just say keep existing settings. So this is gonna be 1080 30 fps. Keep in mind for slow motion videos it's better to do it in 60 fps. So you can just change the sequence settings. And I'm going to show you how to change the sequence settings. You click on the sequence and then you right click, go to sequence settings, and then you can change the frames per second over here in case if you want to change it. That's how we do it. You don't have to worry about anything else. Once that's done, you're here. This is like the basic editing timeline. This is where you do everything. So for basic editing, I'm going to add these two as well. So there's like two ways to get your clip into the timeline. So this is the easiest way, just drag and drop. And then you notice there's gonna be the audio and the video channels. So this one below is the audio channel and the one above is the video channel. Let me just make it big for you. And this is where everything happens. For this one there's no audio, so that's why there's no waveforms. So if it's a clip with an audio, there's gonna be waveforms going back and forth, so maybe I can just show you with like a music. Now I'm just gonna drag and drop a YouTube copyright free music. So now we can see the waveform. It's gonna be like this if your video has audio in it. These clips doesn't have any audio in it, so it's gonna be like this. So now there's audio. You can see the equalizer going up and down, so that means there's audio. Now I'll show you how to make edit on these clips. So for making a cut or trim on the video or audio channel is this icon over here, which is a razor tool, and then you click on it. So now there's a cut. Wherever you just drag the timeline or just hover over the clip and then press the mouse button. That's how you make like basic cuts on it. So now you can just go back to the selection tool, which is V, and then just move these around however you please. So that's how you make a basic edit, and then you can move these, like mix and match these clips like that. This is how you make like a basic montage. If you want to like revert all these settings, it's just Ctrl Z until you get to the point where it was like how it was before. You're back where we started. So that's how you like do the basic cuts. For that there's a shortcut. For me it's like custom made shortcuts because I use After Effects. And to make it easier for me to remember it, it's the same shortcut for me that I use in After Effects. So for me it's Ctrl Shift D, it'll make a cut. By default it's Ctrl K to make the cut. So if you just want to drag and drop only the clip and not the audio, it's this icon right here, and then you drag and drop it. It's going to be just the clip. If you want to drag and drop the audio separately, it's going to be like this. But if you just click on the window like this and then drag and drop, it's going to be the whole thing. If I drag and drop everything in and then everything is just like this, and if I have to edit it separately, like the video and the audio separately, how do I do that? It's easy. It's just right click on the clip and then go up. There's an option called unlink. You click on that and then now it's two files separate. Audio separate and video separate. If you want to like link them back together, it's like link. Oh no, not group. Link. And there you go. That's how you link and unlink a clip. Okay, now let's do the audio. The audio is like easy. The basic audio editing is easy. It's just drag and drop music or a sound effect that you can find on YouTube, copyright free, and download it and then drag and drop it and you're good to go. If you want to increase the volume and decrease the volume, you see this line over here. Drag it downwards for like if you go like way too below, it's gonna be inaudible. If you go like way too up, it's gonna be too loud. So the safest point of audio is between -6 decibels and 3. So make sure it's like not going above 3 decibels or below 6 decibels. But if you want like a background music, it's better to keep it like below 25 or below 20 decibels. You can match it up with the clip, you know, depends on your taste, what you want to do with the video. So that's how we do it. Same way for pictures. For example, I have this logo over here. I'm just gonna drag and drop it here in the pics folder. So it's here right now, so we can just drag and drop it here. The logo is over there. So this is how you add basic pictures and stuff like memes and all that into the video to make it more engaging. And then you can adjust the size and everything here. So for that, you click on this and you go to Effect Controls. So this is where you mess with all the settings of a particular clip or picture or audio or whatever you have in the timeline. So For this, if you want to reduce the size of the clip, in this case it's the logo, you just click on it and then you go to effect controls, not the effects. The effects is like a separate tab for selecting your effect. There's like a bunch of effects here that you can choose. You go to effect controls and you go to scale. You can make like 20%, so it's going to be smaller. If you want to move it around, you can either use these position keys like the x-axis and y-axis. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. X-axis will go left and right, y-axis will go up and down. But if you want to just move it around freely, click on the motion button over here and then you can just drag it around and play with it. So same thing with the clips, size of the clip, you can just click it and then scale it to 20%. Is going to be like this. That's how it is. So I'll show you how to do like a basic animation with this clip. So you see these small little stopwatch thingies over here, though that's how we make keyframes. So if you click on this, you have a keyframe right here. Can you see that? There you go. So that is how you make a keyframe, and we have a keyframe on the second frame of the clip. Let's make it smaller as it goes on. So until there it gets smaller. Okay, so now it's 300. Let's make it 250. So when you press play, it's gonna make it smaller. You can adjust the duration however you want, and just drag and drop, just drag these keyframes to make it longer or shorter. It's up to you. You can do the same thing with rotation, position, and all that. Like everything here with these stopwatch signs, you can make an animation out of it. So this is like a robotic movement. It's like so static. We don't want that. We want to make it a little bit more smoother. So what you gotta do is right click on this and you go to ease in. So what ease in does, it'll start off kind of fast and then make it gradually slow towards the end. So that's what it does. Ease in effect. If it's ease out, it's gonna be like slow at the beginning and it'll be fast at the end. That's how you make like a quick animation in Premiere Pro. That's a simple basic step that you can do to make your videos more engaging. If you want to clear all the keyframes, if you're not happy with your animation, you can just clear everything in one go, or you can select each one by one and then delete them, or just click on this again and then okay. It's gone. Let's move on to the colors. You go here and then go to the color tab. This is where you do all the color grading. You can see this tab over here. You go to the basic correction. If you don't know anything about color grading, and if it's like a really over contrasted or overexposed video or clip, the best thing you can do is just click auto and it'll do the automatic correction for you right there. Or if you want to just adjust it furthermore, you can adjust it here. Exposure, contrast. You guys already know this probably by now by using a lot of Instagram. These settings are already there in Lightroom, Photoshop, and all that. So it's just basic color grading. Play around and see which one will look the best for the shot. This is like the basic editing. And for creative, you can just import a lot of these filters and then make it better or worse. And then you can play around with it like this. There's a lot of options here. These are just the basic presets that are provided by Premiere for you to play around and test it out. This looks pretty plain. Add a little bit of blue into it, a little bit of saturation. There you go, that looks much better. This was the plain one, and this is with some color grading. See how that just made it look much better? And then if you add like a little bit more filters into it, how to reduce the intensity to make it better. Okay, that's like much more better than this one, right? So it was like this with a little bit of basic grading. It was like this, and with these filters you can make it much more better. So it's up to you to play around with these and test it out for yourself. And once you're happy with your results, I'll show you guys like few basic transition effects. So you go to effects panel right here and then search for transitions. I have a bunch of transitions that I have, so these will be the default ones. So for these, basic dissolve is pretty good enough. So for start off with like a black and then you fade into the video, this is the best one to use. Dip to black. It just blacks out and then goes into the video, slowly reveals the video. So that's what dip to black does. You can add it at the beginning or the end of the video or in the center. It just makes it more dramatic. If you want the same kind of effects with the audio, what you can do is make a cut over there and then go to exponential fade. So what that basically does is this. Just fade the audio out a little bit and then it fades back in to the next one. So that's how we make like smooth transition from one audio to the next one. After everything is done, make sure everything is lined up properly. After that, all you gotta do is go to export. This will be the export window, and here the file name. It's gonna be a sample project for now, and the location. It's gonna export it to the same folder as the project, so save. And then the preset, you have YouTube 1080p Full HD. For YouTube, this is the best one. It doesn't matter like which one you use, but for YouTube, I prefer YouTube 1080p Full HD. So it'll be these. So if you want to make a change or anything, or if you want to match source means it will source the video's actual size or how you actually have it in your sequence. So for now, let's just keep it like this. And that's it. You don't have to worry about anything else here. For the basic exporting, this is enough. And then you export. And that's it. Let's just go and see the video. There it is. Simple. Don't mind the origin logo. And that's how you do it. And then after that, you can just upload it to YouTube. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was useful for you. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And that's about it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.